about something, and I just dropped one of my, and it went down the seat crevice. And I don't know if I talk on here, if it's gonna disrupt things. Hold on. Hang on, guys. See, this is a perfect example as to why net things. I think they make them now. I go in between your seats. But let's party. Let's party hardy. All right, look, I am not going to sugarcoat anything. Sorry if I come off or I ruffle any feathers. But let's talk about like obvious stupidity. I don't mean with people. Well, it does involve people because somebody was in charge here. But let's talk about like, all right, I'm driving right now, I'm doing DoorDash, and I had to make a left. And for some reason, I couldn't make a left where I was. But the GPS told me to make a left. Now, that could be a GPS thing, but if I'm in a lane that can perfectly make a left and there isn't anything obstructing it, why do I have to go all the way down and make a U-turn, which half the time is illegal, only to come up and make a right? So I have to go past where I gotta go. This isn't Jersey, I'm in Pennsylvania. And there's no warning for this, so I just kind of ride up and, oh, right when you get there, you see the sign. That's just one thing. Or how about when a lane goes from 2 lanes and it merges into 1 lane, and there isn't a sign to let you know this? Why not just put a sign there so that people know the lane ends? How about that? Now, it makes sense when you have the little arrow thing going on. I know I'm hyper right now. When you have the arrows and it kind of like points, like this is what's happening. We're all going to go into 1 lane now. Like, get ready to switch to 1 lane mode. Like, that makes sense. But when you don't put that there, it causes traffic. You know what I mean? Or it's a classic. It's a classic way of you're driving. You're in the straight lane. All of a sudden, you're in the right lane. But it feels like you're in the straight lane. But oh no, once traffic dies and you're actually able to see where you're going, you're in the right lane. So now you have to quickly get over to the left lane, and you got people honking at you, especially if you're in the city. You have ignorant people just like on you like flies, and they don't care. It's like, dude, pay attention to what's going on. Like, you have a brain in your head. Like I didn't do this on purpose to obstruct traffic. Like, obviously I thought the lane was still going straight, so that's why I stayed in it, and I didn't know that until later. Why? Because they didn't put a sign there. This is like simple logic. Like, just put a sign that says right lane coming up ahead or something. Like, we have traffic signs, we have we have traffic signs, we have traffic lights. Why can't you do the same for that? So it's just one of these things that irk me. And another thing that kills me is having the drive-through where the door is to go into the restaurant. Like, are you trying to run me over? And I can't even tell you how many times I've door dashed and I've come out of a restaurant, and as I'm walking out, I'm almost getting hit by a car because you put the door in the same aisle where the drive-through is. I've seen a lot of that. Like, who came up with the idea and layout? We're going to put a door to enter into the restaurant, and we're going to have it right in the same side where the drive-through is. It makes a whole lot of sense, right? It doesn't. And I won't even get started on, okay, this guy shut his lights off. I was about to go on a tangent about something else, but these are just obvious things, obvious stupidity that could be changed, right? It's not very hard to understand that. I was in one place the other day, And it was like, it was so confusing. It wasn't confusing because I knew where to go, but it didn't make sense. It was like this triangular effect of when I walked in, they had like the order window, like if this is the setup, they had the order window, let's just say, all right, how do I paint this picture? All right, I'm gonna try my best to paint this picture. They had the order window here, next to the order window, in the middle of the other window. There's 3 windows. In the middle, they had the DoorDash pickup, and on the end, they had the pick up your order if you're a customer ordering food there. Why not put the DoorDash people on the end and have the person that comes in, they order their food, they go down the assembly line, and then they go down to the next window, and that next window, being the middle window, is the window where they get their food. So that would make sense. That way, the DoorDash line, that's the pickup line, is its own entity. It doesn't disrupt any customer coming in to place an order. It doesn't disrupt any customer picking up their order. So this is what I'm getting at. This is more like a rant. I know it's not anything educated, but maybe somebody out there owns a restaurant and they're listening to this. I don't know. Or they're seeing this from somewhere, and it makes sense to them because it does. It makes perfect sense. Like, hi, hello. Why not do that? It's just, these are just things that, like, on a surface level that I think about, and I'm like, why is this set up this way? Like, this does not make any sense at all. Like, I could figure this out in 0.2 seconds. It takes me a millisecond to assess a situation and look at it and go, this doesn't add up. This doesn't make sense. So, I mean, come on. So these are just some of the things, you know what I mean? These are just, and again, this is just a surface level thought. This isn't something that I sat there in a science lab, you know, conjuring this up or whatever you want to call it. It's like, you know what I mean? This wasn't a bunch of critical thinking. This is just surface level stuff. Man, I mean, I don't know if you guys have anything that you have seen that you're just like, why is that there? Why is that like that? But I run into situations like that so much, and I just felt like, all right, I got to talk about this. It's not meant to offend anybody, but just maybe this system or that system or the roads or whatever, like, I don't know what part of that system it is. I mean, I guess it's, you know, I guess one thing is, I guess it all, well, I don't know if it all falls under the same category, but one thing is traffic and road construction has something to do with that. The other is just restaurant layout or whatever, you know what I mean? But I mean, come on. This is like, this isn't math. This is what makes sense. Do you want to kill somebody? Like, do you want somebody to get injured going into your restaurant because they have to walk past the drive-thru to get into your restaurant? I mean, it only takes someone to just like be pissed off maybe from their order being wrong, and then they just kind of like hightail it out of there, and then next thing you know, they ran somebody over and crushed all their bones in their body. I mean, it doesn't take but a split second for something to go wrong. I mean, don't put the door in between where the drive-thru is. And I know you guys have seen it because they do it a lot. Now, a lot of times they'll have like another door set up, but that's one of the entrances. And let's be honest, guys, it's not that we're lazy, some of us, but we're gonna go to the nearest door to get in there because that makes logical sense. What are you gonna walk around the whole entire building to enter? Like, you're gonna enter where it makes sense. So why not just force traffic to have to walk maybe partially around the building to go in? If it's gonna be safer, then it's better. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? These are just some of the things that kind of like are mind-boggling to me, and they may seem small, but they're pretty damn big when you think about it. when you think about the grand scheme of things, like that could be like a lawsuit waiting to happen. And it doesn't matter if they're a corporate business, they got a bunch of franchises, they're making top dollar. It doesn't matter. It's still a problem. Doesn't matter how much money a business makes. Oh, it's okay. We'll just sweep this incident under the rug. I mean, are there places that bank on that? Sure, but that's the wrong mentality to have. It's not, you know what I mean? That's not good thinking. That's not good architect to design something that way. And even the thing with the traffic stuff that I was talking about, it's like A, you cause traffic, B, it causes accidents, and a lot of times it's because it just abruptly happens. There's no sign giving you a signal that, hey, this road is about to end. It's just like, I had to palm myself just now because I just couldn't take it anymore. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm ranting about this, but it does make sense, and I'm like honestly appalled that it's still this way. And if I'm able to think about this, and I'm not one of these people, did they ever think about this? Like, are they just ignorance and they don't care? Because that's another thing. There's like ignorance and stupidity, you know? I don't know. So it's just something I wanted to talk about. I know this is kind of a different speed today, and I'm really kind of laying in on this, but man, like I just can't believe it with some of the stuff. I really can't. All right, this was meant to be a quick video. I have to get back to work, but not only do I have to get back to work, I have to get gas, and I need to get something to drink. So I kind of need to re-up on power here, fuel, if you will. But hi everybody, hello. It wasn't meant to ruffle any feathers, and I know I used the harsh word stupidity, but I mean, come on. I mean, what else was I supposed to say? And I'd rather be honest than dishonest. And so, yeah, I wanted to voice my opinion about that, because I thought, you know, these are some pretty big deals that maybe people haven't thought about before, or I don't know, no one maybe has spoken up about it. Are these places? I don't know. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. All right, guys, as always, it's been, you know, great. I'm doing the daily December live. You know, I was going to announce something on this live, but I'll announce it on the next live. I know I said it last time, but I really will. I really will the next time. And it's not this big thing that I'm kind of harboring away from anybody. It's just, you know, it's just a matter of time. You know what I mean? Time is just not on my side right now. It's Friday. It's at the end of the week. And I'm trying to finish up with my work here so that maybe I can have somewhat of a weekend, because I've been working through the weekends. But I've been going live every day to clear it up again. And yeah, catch me on the daily live session. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Hope everybody stays safe, and kudos, you know, or whatever you call it. I'll see you guys later. All right.